This cowboy was a sharpshooter who could hit a target from 100 paces, but the farmer insisted on testing his marksmanship. He ordered his men to take a bucket and place it 900 meters away, but the cowboy Matthew remained calm. He took out a long gun, fitted with a double trigger and a reticle sight, then loaded a bullet into the chamber. Once everything was ready, he kicked up some dust to determine the wind direction and speed, then raised his gun and aimed at the bucket 900 meters away. But the farmer mocked him for taking too long to aim. Matthew heard this and fired decisively, hitting the bucket 900 meters away with pinpoint accuracy. The farmer looked on in disbelief, but Matthew fired again, hitting the bucket once more with pinpoint accuracy, and then fired a third time, leaving everyone speechless. All three shots hit their mark, and the farmer was finally convinced. As the largest farmer in Western Australia, he hosted a lavish banquet for Matthew that night and revealed his true purpose: to hire Matthew to hunt down the local indigenous people and completely occupy the land. Matthew was furious upon hearing this and immediately threw the farmer out. He did not want to become an accomplice to the colonizers. The farmer's men heard the commotion and immediately grabbed their weapons to surround him. But the farmer refused to give up. He ordered his men to stand still while he went in to fight Matthew one-on-one. But the next moment, the farmer was thrown out again. This completely enraged the farmer, who immediately ordered his men to charge forward. Just as a fierce battle was about to erupt, the farmer's black slave suddenly attacked Matthew from behind, knocking him unconscious with a blow from a stick. The men then swarmed forward, beating Matthew unconscious. The next day, he and a female slave were loaded onto a cart and abandoned in the wilderness to fend for themselves. Just as the man was about to leave, Matthew suddenly claimed he had gold coins on him. The man greedily approached to search him, but Matthew seized the opportunity to draw a dagger and kill the subordinate with a single strike. The other man, seeing the situation was dire, immediately fled in the cart. To prevent him from returning to report the incident, Matthew struggled to pick up a gun and instantly shot and killed the henchman a kilometer away. Afterward, the two struggled to survive in the desert with their injuries. They had no water or food, and just as they were about to die, they were discovered and rescued by a group of indigenous people. The indigenous people not only did not harm them, but also provided them with precious high-protein food. During their recovery in the indigenous tribe, Matthew realized that these savages actually had their own culture and kindness. One day, colonists arrived to hunt the indigenous people. They shot and killed an indigenous woman on the spot. Matthew immediately raised his rifle and pulled the trigger, killing one of the colonists. The indigenous people quickly retaliated, and the other colonists, seeing the situation was dire, hurriedly turned their horses and fled. Matthew immediately gave chase. Upon learning that Matthew had returned, the farmer immediately dispatched bounty hunters to deal with the situation. However, that night, the bounty hunter's horse returned alone to the farm, bringing a note that read, "Everyone except the farmer may safely leave the farm before dawn."